The story of the new Red Notice 2021 movie. The film tells about the three most famous criminals trying to steal 3 eggs from the antiquities of Egypt, and each egg is located in a different place, and these 3 eggs are paid an amount of $300 million for them. But because of the different locations of the 3 eggs, each of the criminals is in search of them, and from here the events follow. For a movie that begins in the era of the pharaohs and during the reign of Queen Cleopatra, the leader, her husband Antonio, presented his wife with a valuable gift, which is 3 eggs of pure blood encrusted with jewels, and most people believed that this gift was a legend and did not exist until 1907 in Cairo. The third was lost and there is no trace of it, and this story is told in a short cultural film. This film sees the world criminal, Nolan, as he tries to make an exact copy of the egg displayed in Rome, and moves until he goes to the place of its display. Then a red bulletin appears, and this bulletin indicates that it bears the names of the most dangerous criminals in the world. The film then goes to Rome, and there is an agent specializing in artistic crimes called John, who is responsible for arresting the criminal, Nolan, because John was told information from a person called Bishop, and told him that the theft will take place today. Upon arrival at the museum, John notices the existence of the egg, but to be sure, he must test its hardness, and a substance must be poured to make sure that it is the original egg, and John discovers that it is not original, and that Nolan is hiding among those present, and because of his skill and agility, he was able to escape from John and the police. Then the film moves to the city of Bali, and 56 hours have passed since the theft. When Nolan enters his home in Bali, he finds John and the police waiting for him. Then John starts talking about Nolan's skills in theft and that he started stealing at the age of 6 years and that he is very skilled and brilliant and that he likes to work for him and prefers that the thefts be known all over the world. And during that and after the arrest of Nolan, he discovers that Bishop has disguised himself as a policeman and stole the egg. Then the film goes to Rome again 32 hours after the theft, then discovers that the egg with John is fake. Then the police think that John has stolen the egg and he is arrested and imprisoned in the worst prison in the state of Russia, and it is by chance that he is in the prison itself as with the criminal, Nolan. And a conversation takes place between them. Why did Bishop do that and accuse John? And Nolan told him that there is an Egyptian billionaire who offered $300 million to the person who can bring him 3 eggs before the wedding of his daughter, who is called Cleopatra. And she did that because she wanted to collect the 3 eggs on her own, and that the second egg was with a global arms dealer called Soto. Then a big problem occurred in the prison, and the prison director asked to see John and Nolan. When they went, they discovered that it was Bishop, and it was you want to talk to them and offer them 10% of the amount offered on the sale of eggs. Nolan can convince John to escape from prison, and John is convinced and they start planning, and after long thinking, Nolan can develop a simple plan to escape, which consists of 3 steps, and the first step is a distraction, and Nolan put chemicals in a kettle, then the clothes exploded and they beat the guards. Then they went to the prison door and opened it after Nolan stole the door card from one of the guards. Then they escaped through a wall they had built and put rocks on it so that they could destroy it. Then they stole the helicopter and they managed to escape from prison. Bishop learns of their escape and informs the police and sends the place to which they will go. Each of them plans to steal the second egg from arms dealers. They go to the place where the egg is and enter the masquerade party, and there they see Bishop. But they cannot steal the egg, and when they enter the secret safe, the one in the egg finds Bishop and discovers that she was in agreement with arms dealers and that she will hand over Nolan and John. Until they admit the location of the third egg. Nolan says that the third egg is in Egypt, in Queen Cleopatra's room, in a secret place. After Bishop learns the location of the third egg, she drugs arms dealers, steals the egg from him, and flees with it to Egypt so that she can steal the third egg. Both Nolan and John escapes from the place, but Nolan tells John that he was lying to Bishop, and that the third egg is not in Egypt, and that it is in Argentina in the forests, and they travel to the place and search for the egg, and they were able to find it easily. But they were surprised by the presence of Bishop, and she told them that she was watching them and for sure that she would not go to Egypt, and she was walking after them, and then the police chase them, but they run away from her, and when they reach the beach, Nolan is surprised that John and Bishop are friends and that they did all that to reach the third egg. Then they left him and went to Egypt to receive the 3 eggs. After the agreed amount reached their account, the police arrested the people who bought the egg. But after Bishop and John go to Argentina to cash the money, they realize that their bank account has been suspended and that Nolan decided to offer them another robbery or hand them over to the police. And they actually agree to do so.